So with this video, what we're gonna do is an old-timey silent film movie from 1920s or just a silent projector. I kind of mixed a few different ideas here, but you could just alter it to kind of go with one you want. Like, are you in the movie theater in 1920 or are you watching a projector in the room? So we have a little bit of both, because in the movie theaters you're probably not going to hear the projector from where you're seated back then. All right, getting started. I'm just going to play the whole thing first because I always hate when it's saved to the end. So all right, that's oh, yeah, actually at the end the projector slows down. Okay, so I don't want to make this too long. I'm going to work from the bottom on up. I guess that would suggest the music. So I used actually it was for another project, would be the Maple Leaf Rag song. So it's my recording, so I don't even have to do copyrights or worry about that, anything like that. So I put that in there. The projection sound is one I found that has the projection that starts up, so you can kind of hear it coming to speed. And then at the very end, that same effect, it kind of goes off. So I found that one online. I'll try and put a link to it if I can remember where I found it. But yeah, these kind of came with clips I was able to find online. Okay, so moving on up, that was the projector and the background music. Black video I just put for times when I had the opacity is going to be going down, so I think that's a wise thing to have, just a black video going all the way across. Nothing special, black video. Probably know how to make that already. Black video right there. Now my actual movie clip is right there. This is the footage. This is just some footage I got from, I took this in Sorrento, Italy a few years back, and I just used this one because, well, it's got kind of a, you can't really tell. So if you had to fit 1920s or 1930s, hey, maybe that could pass for it. I mean, nothing totally gives it away. So I thought that was a good one to use as a demo of 1920s. I had some other stuff, but I thought, it doesn't look. So you got to kind of find something that fits, or not, just make something anachronistic as well. And at the very end, I just used these. So these things, templates, there was an old movie template I found online, and I put my own font on there. I don't remember the font, but I'll put it in the description just in case you want to use that one. But I think a lot of them will work. So that was, yeah, okay. Second trail movie. That's so everything up to this point is just black video, second trail. Now, my first adjustment layer, I think I put a few things on there. Let's go to the effects, and that would be the offset I'm using. So the offset, you don't really see it here as much, but it'll kind of take it and it'll move it'll kind of shift the layer over a little bit and merge it with the layer under. So you kind of got that double exposed film where it's slightly off. You kind of got to decide whether that fits in yours or not. Sometimes it can be distracting, other times. See, that's off, it's on. Actually, in this one, I kind of like it better off, so maybe I will keep it off. The next one I did was a tint, and this came from another video. Maybe I can try and get the link there. Is that map the black to not quite black and map the white to not quite white. With all these, I'm going to try it on. Yeah, okay, so I would kind of want that to kind of get rid of the color, because, yeah, the colors didn't have as much color back then. Next, brightness and contrast. I adapted a little. You can see it off. Yeah, I kind of like that a little better on. And that can be tweaked as much as your heart's content. Time remapping, I don't know why it says there. I did remap it in another place, which, in fact, if I was talking about that layer, I should go and describe. So what I've done is I've kind of taken it and reinterpolated the footage, the second trail. And if I were to go up here into modify, interpret footage, I gave it like a pretty fast rate, 78 frames per second. So when you look at it and it's moving, it can have that kind of fast, jumpy speed, like film was way back then. And I think it's outputting probably at 24 frames a second. It might be 29. Either way. Moving on up, that was the adjustment layer. I think we covered everything that's going on in the adjustment layer. So I had the offset, the tint, or I don't use the offset, the tint and the brightness and contrast there. So I want my layer, of course, below that. Moving up a little bit, I've got what I call runes. That would be the sort of that title card that has, well, dialogue card, whatever they call it. And this is one of the templates I follow, Super 8 downloads and scratches. This was kind of a nice one. I'll double click so you can kind of see what it looks like. So it's kind of got, yeah, that. So you just lay this on top. Add, really important if you're going to drag it up there, is you're going to want an effect. Yes, all right. Opacity should be, I use darken. So darken or multiply, either one will work just fine. All right, next we've got film scratches. And film scratches is actually another one that kind of does the same thing. You don't really have to have two of these. So again, something like these are just magic. Those are all that magic really happens. It's the same type of thing. You're going to want to blend it, darken it. So I use both of them. So both of them kind of going on. And if you get to the end of it, you just kind of have to repeat the clip and start over as many times as you need. I had another project where I just used a ton of these. Okay. Oh, this is already 6 minutes. It shouldn't take this long, but, and then finally we have another adjustment layer at the top. And this adjustment layer, what am I doing? Oh, this is a very simple adjustment layer. This is actually just giving me that vignette. So if I didn't have it, and go to a little brighter spot. Yeah. Okay. If I didn't have it, yeah. So it kind of like darkens out there. And there's other effects you can do, but I just think with these, it's enough to really kind of give the effect I wanted. And you can take this switch stuff, make sure it's black and white if you wanted it, or kind of give it that old one. If you're doing the black and white movie from the time period, then yeah, you definitely want it black and white. But maybe for an old film reel that might have just lost its color or gotten a little bit of a tint on it. So that's it. I showed the whole thing at the beginning, and yeah, but if you have any questions, post the questions. I'll try and post the links because the sound links and everything help a lot. And these, you know, the magics and that film scratches and that Super 8, those are kind of where everything takes place. You want to get those things because you're not making it from scratch otherwise. But yeah, it's kind of a cool effect. If you want that 1920s or 30s or old film, I kind of put a mesh of different ones together. But it was a fun project. I've been able to use it in other places, and I will keep this handy for future projects I work on, just because I don't want to start over from scratch again. All right, hope that helps. Peace out. Cheers.